Hello, my name is Chelsea Baker. I'm the CEO and founder of National Mentoring Day. I'm here today at Mark Ltd's headquarters to share with you the incredibly inspiring and inspirational journey of a very rare individual, Dr. Rami Ranger CBE. He's founder and chairman of two of the most successful businesses in the United Kingdom with a combined turnover of over 200 million. So Mark Ltd is also the only company to have ever been awarded the Queen's Award for Enterprise, 5 years running. So Dr. Rami, it is an absolute pleasure, honour and privilege to interview you today. Welcome.
Thank you.
Many people think that being rich and powerful and famous is being successful. What does success mean?
Well, success means to me is someone who has achieved something, which people recognize. You could be a successful politician where people are benefited. You could be a successful entrepreneur where you have created jobs, wealth. You could be a successful teacher that you have been able to guide the youth. So this success comes in many shapes and forms. And for me, somebody who is successful is adding value to the life of so many other people.
You came to the United Kingdom in 1971, that's 45 years ago. What experiences and challenges did you face when you first arrived?
You see, I came here to study law after graduating from India because I heard Great Britain is a place where money grows on trees, roads are paved with gold. I'll come here, everything will be rosy. So when I came here, I had a cultural shock, total shock, because my perception was based on the film I had seen, English film. But when I came here, I saw the real life, very difficult, and everything was against me. The weather was against me, the language, the culture, the food, you name it. So it was a total shock to me. I felt it was not something I had imagined. But then on top of that, the government has changed laws that overseas students need to be here for 3 years before they could qualify for grant. So everything was totally the opposite what I had imagined. So I wanted to go back because I got it wrong, that I'll go back. But before I could go back, I had spent a lot of money to come to this country. I said, I'll do some job, make some money and go back. And wherever I went, nobody would offer me job because they all asked for experience, which I had none. And well, in the end, I got a job as a car cleaner. So I started my first job in UK cleaning cars. Cars used to come from the factory. They were waxed up. They have wax on them, wax cover. So we had to de-wax them to get them ready for the delivery. So that was the story.
You're a great believer in mentoring and inspiring other people, particularly those who are struggling and from disadvantaged backgrounds, and who are very vulnerable in society. What advice would you give to tell people to keep on going and not give up?
Nobody is born bad or criminal, or a society can shape their future. I was very lucky. I came and I got a job with a fast food chain, American fast food chain, and there I found professional people. I was completely raw. I had no idea about how to project myself, how to work, how to be recognized. So these people who I work with, they helped me, they taught me how to do jobs and how to greet people, how to treat your superior or junior. So I wasn't born with all these skills. So I acquired them through other people who had acquired them probably from someone else. So it's a chain. And sometimes the youth, sometimes they don't listen to their parents, but they will listen to some third party who has no connection with them, because with parents they get fed up, because parents from day one start nagging them. But when they get a second opinion, it has a much more value than the first-hand experience from your parents. So I think mentoring is very important.
You've added so much great value to society through education, through your charity work, and helping so many people. What tips would you give, to help others?
I think it's very important that you lead a life where you can bring benefit to as many people as possible, because living a selfish life does not bring you respect or happiness. Giving is good, and when you give people, people smile at you, and people you see. Because in my humble beginning, my background is so humble that I lost my father before my birth. I was a son of a teacher, and teacher, they don't have surplus money, so we struggled in my life. But a lot of people help us. For example, free education we were given. So by giving people, you could really help them realize their dreams and aspiration, and then they can further help somebody else. So it's a chain effect.
If you could hang out with 3 people from history who are no longer with us, who would it be?
Oh, there's so many people I admire. I admire my faith is Sikh. I'm a follower of Sikh faith, and I would love to spend some time with my prophets, who created a faith based on interfaith teaching. They took the best teaching of all religion and gave us a very modern religion where equality for women was enshrined from day one, and the equality for gender, race, religion was given from day one. So that to me was very important, that we are all equal in the eyes of God, and this is the message they gave me. And then there are people like Mahatma Gandhi, who had everything, but they gave up everything for a cause. And because of these people's work, I'm free today. We were a colony of Great Britain. People like Mahatma Gandhi struggled for many, many decades to make sure that we were free and we could be master of our own destiny. So, and then you have people like Churchill, a third one you said, a great leader who stood up for the word freedom, and today we have a better word. Otherwise, if the fanatics had won, I don't think we would have had such a beautiful word as we have today.
What experiences in your formative years helped shape who you are today?
You see, it's all about realization. When you realize what life is all about, and it's sometimes people realize at a very young age, sometimes not so young, sometimes people realize at a middle age, or sometimes they don't realize at all. The life just goes past them. So realization is very, very important, and I was very lucky when I came to Great Britain, and I did not have the comfort of my home. All I could face was harsh reality, hostile people, hostile weather, hostile environment, and that's where it dawned on me that if I want people to respect me, I have to be worthy of their respect. I don't have a divine right that people should like me. So then I decided that I will do something. I'll work hard. I will take pressure from my superior, my boss. I'll always be there when nobody is there to help him, and then he will like me. Because people will only like people if they benefit from them. Yes, so we have to intentionally become important to people, in whether we are doing a job, whether we are in an organization, wherever we are in a family, that we want to be an asset, not a liability. Because liability, people throw them out of the house. Even if you're a child or son or daughter and you start bringing a problem, parents will get fed up.
Why is it so important that we pay particular attention to the youth and the young and those in society who are starting out?
Because you see, young people have so much to offer to the world. And if we handle them carefully, tomorrow they'll be helping us. It's like, they say today the turn of the grandfather, because the grandfather will hold his grandson and teach him how to walk. But there will be time when the grandchild will hold his grandfather, how to take him to hospital or wherever. So it's all a long-term thinking that this youth of today are the the people who will run this country tomorrow. And if we have fully trained youth and they know there is corporate responsibility, social responsibility, they will only bring us benefit because we live in the same society. Either we neglect them and they cause a lot of problem, or we mentor them, we help them, guide them, so the same people start looking after us.
You have such a busy life, Dr. Rami. How do you cope with the stresses and strains of running a business?
Stress, yes, stress is always there in life, but we need to, first of all, we need to learn to manage stress. It's very important that we manage stress, and we also very important that we do not induce stress. Wherever we find stressful situation which can be avoided, we should not go into that environment where there is stress. And most importantly, for example, in job, we should learn to enjoy our job. It's very important that if you don't enjoy your job or you don't enjoy anything you do, your sport, that becomes stress. So we need to find a way. People have to work, yeah, whether we work happily or we work reluctantly. But if you work happily, the time will pass very quickly and you'll enjoy, and you begin to achieve things as well because you're enjoying, you're enthusiastic. But if you resent, you don't enjoy, the time will drag on and you will not even progress. And it will really be nightmare for you.
What kind of a working culture have you established here in your business?
Very simple. My staff are my partner. They are not my employees. I tell them, you don't work for me, because if you work for me, then you'll only work when I'm looking at you. You work for yourself. You have to test your own mettle, what you can achieve. I've provided, this, nobody can achieve much alone. So these people are very important. Business is game of people. Without good people, business is non-starter. So these people work for themselves, and I only tell them or make them aware that ignore me, forget, you test what ability, what you can achieve with the skills you have. And you'll see, the more you achieve, the more recognition you'll get, the more reward you'll get, the more happier you'll get.
What advice would you give to new entrepreneurs starting out?
The new entrepreneur is very simple, that if you have any dream or you have any idea, you must try it. Otherwise you'll have a regret, I wish I had done it. So even if you don't succeed, because there are chances that not everybody is going to succeed. But by trying, who knows, you may be the one who succeeds.
Did you have a mentor yourself?
Always. As I said, I came from India, totally different environment. So I worked in a fast food chain where I met people. They mentored me, they guided me, they showed me the way how things are done in Great Britain. Everything was totally opposite to what we were used to doing. So there was people, they knew that if they don't train me, they wasted me. They paid me money for and didn't get the benefit. So you have to train your staff. You have to give them the logic behind your instruction. What is the reason you are asking them to do things? You don't expect them to be mere typewriter. Yeah, you have to explain to them the rationale behind your instruction and what benefit, what is the implication or the ramification of what we are doing if we don't do it right.
What impact has mentoring had on your life journey?
I'm a totally changed man, because if it wasn't for the right mentor, you see, because you're judged by the company you keep. Yes. So I was in the company of good people. I watched them, I learned from them. And I always say that if you stand in short grass, you might look tall, but you're not tall. You've got to be standing in the people who have the ability, who have the track record of success, who have the experience. So by, for example, if a football player plays in a first division team, he will be playing with top class players, so he will learn a great deal more rather than playing in a third division or fourth division. So my advice is that people should listen to people who are been before us and learn from their experience. It's very difficult to learn from your own experience. Yes, so the more you learn from other people, the better you become, and you save yourself a lot of time.
What would you say to other businesses to get them involved in National Mentoring Day?
It's very important. You see, I work as an ambassador for the government to encourage people to take on more apprentices, because there are so many people, unemployed guys. They can easily be trained to do a proper job, or they can learn a skill. They can, instead of just wasting their lifetime doing nothing, they could be now getting training, and through mentoring, through training, through apprenticeship, these guys can really become whatever they want to become. Because apprenticeship or mentoring, for example, somebody mentored me from I worked for at the bottom of the ladder, and through the mentoring, through the training, through the courses, I learned, and I became, in the same company, district manager because of this training or the guidance I received. So I think people are flexible, people are adaptable. We just have to make them aware, we have to guide them, and it's amazing how people change.
Why is it so important that we celebrate success?
This is one British culture, we're very reserved. Yes, a country in America, you'll see they will have a British flag in their, house with very pride. We consider it to be a racist if we have a British flag in front of our door, because unfortunately, that's our culture, British culture, very reserved. By celebrating success, we encourage the person who is successful to go further, and also we inspire other people that, look, this man can do it, you can do it. By bringing that person under focus, we encourage people to emulate. So I think it's very important that we, as much we can celebrate our success as possible.
What's the best advice that you've received from a mentor?
Well, for me, always try to be an asset. Always try to be someone who adds benefit, value to whatever you do. Anyone can sell a hamburger, but someone who will sell more than a hamburger with a polite service, with a courteous service, bringing this little bit from their own self, will be remembered, and he'll bring respect to the establishment and to himself or herself. So this is the mentor said, okay, please always add something from your own side. And all my life I've been doing that. But whatever business I do, I say, what can I add extra for my customer? Whether I'm shipping some cargo, I will wrap the cargo properly in a plastic film so it doesn't get marked or damaged, or strap it so it doesn't get, so something extra. Yes, so I protect my customer. If they come to buy stuff from me, I will make sure that I don't sell them too many boxes, that too much stock, so they are stuck with it. So I will ask the question, I will guide them. So I'm adding my experience with them, not to overstock. So something you need to give extra.
Tell us, what are some of your favourite books to read?
I like to read, books from inspirational people who are entrepreneur, somebody who's made it from nothing to everything. And I even try to write my own book, From Nothing to Everything. So some people can take an inspiration from my life journey, that I had so many disadvantages and I overcame one by one by being positive and productive. Because by being negative, you destroy your skills, you destroy your ability. So it's always be positive, be more optimistic in life.
So Dr. Rami, tell us, what are your plans for the next 5 years?
My next 5 years is that, my business is now quite successful. I have very motivated staff. loyal, committed staff. They are taking all the pressure from me. So I can now help the government with the apprenticeship program. I'm a fellow of Princess Trust. I can mentor youth, share my story with them, because I was youth once, and somebody helped me, and look where I am. And we are all special people. We all have special qualities God has given us. We just have to find our strength. We have to use our knowledge to benefit not only ourselves, but to the wider society, the world as a whole.
So Dr. Rami Ranger, thank you so much, and congratulations on your CBE. It's been an absolute privilege and an honour to interview you
You're very
today.
kind. You're very kind. Thank you
you
for your time. Thank you for coming and seeing me. And I enjoyed myself.
Thank you very much.